Had to start a video with that because this is amazing. This is really amazing, guys. So YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another video, and in today's video we have some more Washington football news. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case our Washington football team. And let's get straight into today's video. So breaking news. It's been feeling like this whole past couple of days has been filled with breaking news, from players signing, from the name, and now to this. So as you can see by the title, breaking news just broke that Washington quarterback Alex Smith has been cleared for football activity after suffering a career-ending threatening injury in 2018. So that's really a good roundup. That's really good, honestly. I really think it is. And here it go. I already know. I'm going to answer it for you guys. I already know it's going to come in. Well, what does this mean for Dwayne Haskins? What does this mean for Kyle Allen? I don't think it means anything. I honestly don't. And that's just me. I'm really happy this happened, though. Honestly, it couldn't have happened in a better time, because Dwayne Haskins has been working his tail off all off season, and then training camp is coming, and now Alex Smith is Kyle Smith was already going to give him good competition, but now we have Alex Smith cleared for football activity. He is going to give him even more competition, so that's even going to make Dwayne Haskins want to win that starting job even more. So that's going to make him play even more, than he already was going to do in training camp, even more better than what he was already going to do in training camp, regardless whether Alex Smith was healthy or not. So now that we have 3 good quarterbacks on the roster, or I should say 2 good quarterbacks and one we're hoping can be a good quarterback, we have all 3 healthy quarterbacks. That's really good. That's really good, and I'm really happy for Alex Smith, man, because he went from not maybe getting his leg cut off, amputated, to working and probably being the only person in sports history to come back from a leg injury like that. I'm not saying a leg injury in general, but a leg injury like that. You went from getting your leg almost chopped off to working real hard, and this dude worked his tail off to come back from this injury, and it's really crazy to see that he's officially coming back, man. I really can't be nothing but happy for the guy. Now this just brings in a lot of other questions. Will the Redskins retain him? Will they cut him? Stuff like that after this season, or will they even cut him this season? It's just so many stuff going to rein in depending upon training camp, because if he doesn't win the job and he worked his tail off for nothing, then he's going to want to play somewhere else, and you can't tell me he's not, because if you work that hard to come back, you can't tell me you just want to be a backup. I mean, unless he feels as though that his time is up as a starter, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't, because if he did, he probably wouldn't even have worked as hard as he did to come back. If you feel as though that you're only going to be a backup, then cool, but I feel as though that Alex Smith still wants to be a starter in this league, and that question is going to be, do we hang on to him, or do we cut him and let him go somewhere else? It all depends on how Dwayne Haskins forms. I really believe that Dwayne Haskins is going to win this battle, and I don't think it's going to be close, but I do feel as though that they both are going to push Dwayne Haskins, so they're going to make it. They're going to make it hard, not hard, but they're not going to make it easy for Dwayne Haskins to win. They're going to actually make him earn this starting job here in Washington. So what to expect with Alex Smith return? I feel as though even if he doesn't win the starting job, which I'm hoping that he doesn't, because I want to see Dwayne go out there and have a better sophomore season. But with Alex Smith coming back, what should we expect from him? I feel as though if he doesn't win the job, he's going to be like another quarterback's coach for Dwayne Haskins. I mean, he already loves Dwayne Haskins. Even when he was hurt, he was practicing with Dwayne Haskins. So it's not like he has any hatred towards Dwayne Haskins and he wants to see him fail. He's going to still help Dwayne Haskins out when he is, whether if he's not playing or if he is playing. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of a bummer that it happened in this time of day, because at first we probably were going to get to see him in preseason. If this was a normal offseason, we were probably going to see him be able to get playing time in the preseason. But now it's during the mix of this pandemic when we don't have no preseason at all. it's going to be really tough. It's going to be really tough to see him play in the burgundy and gold again. But with that being said, I don't see him being on the roster next year if Dwayne Haskins do happen to win this starting job and play good. Now, it is good to hang on to him and possibly try to cut that contract down, because I think what does he do, like $34 million this year, something crazy like that, or $34 million I think was his contract. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's something crazy to be paying an injured / backup player. So if he doesn't win the job, I'm pretty sure, I'm 9 times out of 10 sure that he will, want to get traded or cut and go somewhere else. I'm pretty sure, because like I said, no one is going to work that hard unless you just want to do it just for yourself so you can feel good about yourself. No one is going to work that hard to come back from an injury just to be a backup. Really, they're not. So I really like this. I'm really happy for Alex Smith, Elizabeth Smith, his wife, and everyone that was in charge of helping Alex Smith come back, man. This dude really deserves a round of applause, man. He really worked his tail off, and that is the definition of dedication, bro. And like I said, let me say this one last time, I know a lot of people are going to be in the comment section, oh, well, should we start Alex Smith? Should we start Dwayne Haskins? I think we're going to go with Haskins still, but it's just going to be a better competition. You know what I'm saying? I feel as though that Alex Smith, he possibly still going to be a good quarterback, but I don't think it's smart to put a guy out there that's missed almost 2 years of football, a year and some change of football after having a career-ending injury. So with that being said, he could be a good backup, so I would probably try my hardest to retain him. He possibly would be the highest paid backup quarterback in football, honestly. I think other than Nick Foles, but he possibly would be the highest paid backup quarterback. And when I'm referring to Nick Foles, I'm talking about when he was in Philly, not now with Chicago or this past season with Jacksonville, of course. But he could possibly be the highest paid backup unless, he wants to say, hey, Dan, Terry Bateman or whatever, not Terry Bateman, but Dan, Kyle Smith, Ron, I want to be a starter somewhere else. May you please trade me or just release me. But I don't think Alex Smith is that type of person. I think we're going to get the right thing, or the right deal done. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy only because for Dwayne Haskins, bro. He honestly needs the competition because it's going to make him want to earn it more. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be even more hungry and humble than he already is this year or this past off season. So I really cannot wait to see what training camp has in store. Now, the last thing I do want to talk about here is just the breaking news from the NFL that we just got, I would say probably 20 minutes ago, per Ian Rappaport, was that training camp and the NFLPA has all agreed for training camp to start early, or not early, but on time. So with that being said, let me pull up the tweet right quick to show you guys. So it says here on Twitter that from the NFL Total Access, that football is coming back. NFLPA players reps have approved the NFL's plan for 2020 season to start and for training camp to start on time. Now, unlike the MLB, and I don't know if basketball is doing it too, but I really hats off to the NFL, because MLB, if you're sitting out this season and you just decided that to opt out of the season, you're not getting paid nothing. But the NFL, if you're like, it's two options. If you're choosing to sit out yourself, you're getting paid $100,000. If you are just too endangered of catching the virus and you have no control over it, they'll make you sit out and you'll have $350,000 as your salary for the 2020 season. So I really like this by the NFL, and I feel as though that training camp is starting at one time is just a good sign of the season starting on time. And also on top of that, FedEx also said that they plan on having fans in the stadium this year if the NFL, or should I say Maryland, the state allows fans. So FedEx Field and the Redskins or the Washington football team allow or are expecting to have fans in 2020. So that's good, because I plan on going to that Ravens game, hopefully, if nothing comes up. So with that being said, the last thing that I did want to talk about was some of the training camp dates. So they're taking things slow. They said the first padded practice won't be until, I would say, August 17th or something like that, and that's later than usual, because August 17th around there is when we're in like the second preseason game headed into the third one. So they're taking taking things really slow. This first weeks and the first coming weeks of training camp is going to be a lot of testing, a lot of conditioning, just to see what the players are at. Since it wasn't a normal off season, they want to make sure all players are in some type of shape to continue training camp. And if you're not, then you're probably going to get cut. You know what I'm saying? So it should be really interesting to see how the NFL pans out this off season and this training camp. But once again, Alex Smith, hats off to you, man. One more round of applause, because this guy battled his butt off, and I cannot wait to see what he does in training camp. I really hope he doesn't win the job, because I want to see Haskins, win the job, man. But it's really going to be some good competition with him and Kyle Allen. So I guess they'll fight for the backup spot. Who knows? And good thing we do have Alex Smith, because God forbid if anything happens to Dwayne, I hope we hold on to him, because if anything happens to Dwayne, let me knock on some wood. I really hope nothing happens to him, but if it does, then we still have Alex Smith. But the reason why I don't feel comfortable with putting him out there week 1 is because of how it's been a long time since he played football. Not saying that it's been a long time since he did anything physical, but it's been a long time since he's had big 300-pounders coming out to him every snap. So with that being said, it's been your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, hail to the Washington football team. And I'm out. Once again, Alex Smith has been cleared to play football in 2020. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington football team. It's me and boy One Guy. Let me know how y'all feel about this down below. Do you think he actually has a legitimate chance of starting? Or do you think it's just going to be Haskins? Let me know down below. As always, I'm out. Peace.